I think in one sentence, AI holds great promise as well as peril. And it's up to us to shape policies that are going to advance what is good and make sure that all Americans are the beneficiaries of that, and to address what is in the lane of peril, because we take an oath to protect and defend. And that oath must always be upheld. It is worth each witness repeating what it takes in terms of the main ingredients of AI. Good data, computing power, and a lot of it, and people that know what they're doing, and a whole set of human beings that we are going to need to be trained and educated in this, and that the resources that are needed for this are really huge, and they become larger and larger with each year. I'm the mother of NAIR, of the legislation, of the CREATE Act, as well as the previous legislation that Congress passed, the National AI Initiative Act of 2020, which really set the table for the bill that is having its legislative hearing today. Why are we doing this? First, I want to call out Stanford's Human-Centered Institute on AI, because I've worked closely with them on the previous legislation and this, because it's essential that all sectors in the country have access to this. I thought the chairman asked a very good question a while back in this hearing about, how many automobile companies does the federal government run? Well, the answer is 0, and that's appropriate. But it's also appropriate to recognize that we have many sectors in this country, and they too need to be a part of this. Not only the public, the private, the nonprofit, the academic, the medical, I could go on and on. All of these sectors, the philanthropic sector as well. And we need to be in a position where all researchers and innovators across the United States have the tools. And that's really, in essence, what the NAIR is. And I'm so pleased to carry the legislation. It is bipartisan. It is bicameral as well. It should be. So my question to Ms. Knowles. What specific, I'm going to trim down the length of the question. What specific resources would an applicant receive with the NAIR? And what additional resources could be available to researchers through a fully authorized NAIR, in your view?
First, let me thank you for your leadership on this concept of the NAIR. So in terms of the NAIR pilot, researchers will be able to request access to computational resources, and those are both cloud-based computing resources as well as resources on-premise, like those in our DOE supercomputers. Mm-hmm. They also will have the ability to request access to advanced data sets, models, both open models and proprietary models, and training resources. And I think one of the important resources that our partners are bringing to the table for the pilot is the time of their own researchers to be able to work with the research community that are provided access to the resources to really maximize the benefit that the research community can get from access to the resources. As we look towards the full scale NAIR, those resources that will be available will be larger, more diverse. There'll be an integrated data discovery portal, higher levels of computational resources, and then also a really robust user support mechanism that would be built in to the NAIR, as well as a community of researchers and that can use that platform to collaborate and learn from each other and access training resources.
Well, my time has certainly expired, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the courtesy that's been extended to me today, and I ask that the SIIA letter to the committee be placed in the record along with my statement. And again, all of my thanks to you.
Without objection.